Have you ever met someone who just seems to know things before they happen? Someone who walks into a room and immediately picks up on tension that everyone else missed? Or maybe you've experienced those spine-tingling moments where you had a gut feeling that turned out to be absolutely right. Well, today we're diving deep into the mysterious world of highly intuitive people and uncovering the 13 fascinating habits that set them apart from everyone else. But here's the thing that might shock you. Intuition isn't some magical superpower that only a chosen few possess. It's actually a complex interplay of subconscious processing, pattern recognition, and emotional intelligence that we all have access to. The difference is that some people have learned to tap into it more effectively than others. And by the end of this video, you'll discover not only what makes these individuals so remarkable, but also how you can start developing these same habits in your own life. Before we jump in, I want you to think about someone in your life who you consider highly intuitive. Maybe it's a friend who always gives the perfect advice, a family member who seems to read your mind, or even yourself during those moments when you just knew something was off. Keep that person in mind as we explore these habits, because I guarantee you'll start seeing them in a completely new light. But first, subscribe to our channel. The first habit that sets intuitive people apart is their incredible ability to listen to their bodies. While most of us are constantly distracted by the noise in our heads, intuitive individuals have learned to tune into the subtle physical signals their bodies are constantly sending. They notice when their stomach tightens around certain people, when their shoulders relax in specific environments, or when they get that inexplicable feeling of unease before something goes wrong. This isn't just New Age mysticism. There's real science behind this. Our bodies are constantly processing information from our environment through our nervous system, often picking up on things our conscious minds haven't even registered yet. Intuitive people have simply become more skilled at interpreting these signals, instead of dismissing them as random sensations. The second habit is their practice of embracing solitude and quiet reflection. In our hyperconnected world, most people are uncomfortable with silence and immediately reach for their phones or turn on music to fill the void. But highly intuitive people actually seek out these quiet moments because they understand that intuition speaks in whispers, not shouts. They create space in their lives for contemplation, whether through meditation, long walks, or simply sitting quietly with their thoughts. This solitude isn't about being antisocial. It's about creating the mental space necessary for deeper insights to emerge. When we're constantly consuming information and stimulation, we don't give our subconscious minds the opportunity to process and synthesize all the subtle cues we've been picking up throughout the day. The third habit revolves around their relationship with dreams and sleep. Intuitive people pay attention to their dreams and often keep dream journals to track patterns and messages that emerge from their subconscious minds. They understand that the brain continues processing information while we sleep, often making connections that our waking minds might miss. But it goes beyond just remembering dreams. These individuals also notice the thoughts and feelings that arise in those twilight moments between sleep and wakefulness, recognizing that this liminal state often produces some of their most profound insights. They've learned to trust the wisdom that emerges when their analytical minds are at rest. The fourth fascinating habit is their tendency to trust first impressions while remaining open to new information. This might sound contradictory, but intuitive people have developed the ability to hold two things simultaneously, honoring their initial gut reactions while staying flexible enough to update their perspectives as new evidence emerges. They understand that first impressions often contain valuable information that our subconscious minds have already processed, but they also recognize that these impressions can be influenced by biases and incomplete information. This balanced approach allows them to benefit from their intuitive insights without becoming rigid or closed-minded. The fifth habit that sets them apart is their exceptional ability to read between the lines in conversations. While most people focus primarily on the words being spoken, intuitive individuals are simultaneously picking up on tone of voice, body language, facial expressions, and the energy behind the words. They notice what's not being said just as much as what is being said. This skill makes them incredibly effective communicators and allows them to navigate complex social situations with remarkable finesse. They can sense when someone is holding back information, when there's tension beneath a polite conversation, or when someone needs support even if they haven't explicitly asked for it. Moving to the sixth habit, highly intuitive people have an unusual relationship with time and timing. They seem to have an innate sense of when to act and when to wait, when to speak up and when to remain silent. This isn't about following arbitrary rules or social conventions, it's about sensing the natural rhythms and flow of situations. You might have noticed this in highly intuitive friends who always seem to call right when you need them, or who have an uncanny ability to arrive at important moments without prior coordination. They've learned to trust their sense of timing, even when it doesn't make logical sense to others. The seventh habit involves their approach to decision-making. While many people rely heavily on pros and cons lists and analytical thinking, intuitive individuals incorporate their gut feelings as a crucial component of their decision-making process. They don't abandon logic entirely, but they recognize that their intuition often synthesizes complex information in ways their conscious minds cannot. This doesn't mean they make impulsive decisions. Instead, they've learned to gather information analytically and then check in with their intuitive sense to see how different options feel. They understand that the best decisions often involve both head and heart, logic and intuition working together. The eighth fascinating habit is their tendency to notice patterns and connections that others might miss. Intuitive people excel at seeing the bigger picture and identifying underlying themes that connect seemingly unrelated events or experiences. This pattern recognition ability allows them to anticipate future developments and understand complex systems more quickly than others. This skill proves invaluable in both personal and professional contexts, allowing them to identify emerging trends, understand relationship dynamics, and navigate complex situations with greater ease and effectiveness. The ninth habit centers on their relationship with their emotions. Rather than trying to suppress or ignore difficult feelings, intuitive people have learned to use their emotions as a source of information. They understand that emotions often carry important messages about their environment, relationships, and internal state. This emotional awareness extends beyond their own feelings to include a heightened sensitivity to the emotions of others. They can often sense when someone is struggling, even when that person is trying to hide their distress, and they naturally offer support or create space as needed. The 10th habit involves their openness to synchronicities and meaningful coincidences. While skeptics might dismiss unusual coincidences as random occurrences, intuitive people remain open to the possibility that some coincidences carry meaning or guidance. They pay attention to recurring themes, unexpected encounters, and serendipitous events that might offer insights or direction. This openness doesn't make them gullible or superstitious. Instead, they maintain a balanced perspective that acknowledges both the role of random chance and the potential for meaningful patterns in their experiences. The 11th habit is their practice of trusting the process, even when they can't see the complete picture. Intuitive people have developed faith in their ability to navigate uncertainty and find their way forward, even when the path isn't clear. They're comfortable with ambiguity and understand that some insights and solutions emerge gradually over time. This trust in the process allows them to remain calm and centered during challenging periods, knowing that clarity will eventually emerge if they remain patient and attentive to the subtle guidance available to them. The 12th habit involves their approach to learning and growth. Rather than relying solely on traditional educational methods, intuitive people learn through experience, observation, and inner knowing. They trust their ability to absorb information and insights from their environment, often learning things they were never formally taught. This experiential approach to learning makes them excellent mentors and guides for others, as they can often sense what someone needs to learn and create opportunities for that growth to occur naturally. Finally, the 13th habit that defines highly intuitive people is their commitment to authenticity and alignment. They have a strong internal compass that guides them toward choices and behaviors that feel genuine and true to their core values. They're willing to make difficult decisions if it means staying aligned with their authentic selves, even if others don't understand their choices. This authenticity creates a magnetic quality that draws others to them, as people instinctively recognize and appreciate genuine individuals who are comfortable being themselves. Now, here's what's truly remarkable about these habits. They're all learnable skills that you can develop with practice and attention. The key is starting to pay attention to the subtle information that's already available to you, but that you might be overlooking or dismissing. Begin by spending a few minutes each day in quiet reflection, noticing what thoughts and feelings arise when you're not distracted. Start paying attention to your physical sensations and the messages your body might be sending you. Trust your first impressions while remaining open to new information, and begin to notice the patterns and connections in your own life. Most importantly, remember that developing intuition is a practice, not a destination. The more you honor and trust these subtle inner signals, the stronger and more reliable they become. Your intuition is already there, waiting for you to recognize and develop this incredible gift that we all possess. What habits resonated most with you, and which ones are you most excited to develop in your own life? If you got value from this video, like and subscribe to our channel.